Hey guys, and welcome back to another Dragon City gameplay. And in this video, I'm going to be giving you a lot of tips and advice on how to be successful in the heroic race. Now, the race I think is in day 2 or day 1, and I'm going to be giving you these tips. So let's just dive right into it. Now, the first thing that you're going to notice if you've started this event or if you've done events in the past, one of the most important things in this event is food. You are constantly going to be given different tasks that you have to fulfill in order to progress in the race. And the thing that keeps popping up is food. You'll constantly have to feed your dragons, and so these are some of the tips about food. Now, one of the first things you can do to increase the amount of food that you have in order to feed your dragons throughout this entire race is you can go to Dragon TV. Now, Dragon TV is going to give you the opportunity to watch a bunch of ads, and those rewards from that is going to be food. And if you look to the far left of the screen, you can see that with the first ad, you get 53,000 food. And you get that for each of these right here. Now, let me see if there's another. Okay, so hopefully you guys have been doing that. It does help. It's just free food, and you get to build that up by watching these. And also, one of the cool things about this is, if you guys remember, we just had a happy hour summoning event, and I know some of you weren't able to summon certain dragons, but at the very end, after watching an ad, you get some Joker orbs, and those Joker orbs you can accumulate and then hopefully build those up, and you might be successful in the next the next happy hour summoning. So that's important. So that's why I think it's worth it, just to get the food and the Joker orbs. So let's continue along the line about talking about food. One of the other things that you can do to increase and speed up some of the food production is to construct this tower right here. And this tower is very important. I've always used this in the past heroic events, and this tower here is going to take off 8 hours of food production, which is extremely helpful because, like I said, with food, you're going to be dealing with that the entire race. And to be able to have 8 hours taken off, that's really helpful. And also, when you are planting food and doing that, do not collect it unless it's requiring it for your current task. Because you want to stay one step ahead of the event, and to do that, only collect when it's asking you to. So that's just something I wanted to share with you guys. Now, as you guys know, or maybe just learning about, one of the things that it's going to require you to do in the heroic race is to hatch eggs and to breed dragons. Now, the best way to stay one step ahead of the game is to constantly be breeding dragons. Now, you're going to breed your dragons, and then you're going to stop. Why you're going to be doing this is because your breeding sanctuaries are going to be full, correct? And so they'll all be ready to go, and that's, once again, staying one step ahead of everything. But only place them in the hatchery if it's asking you to do that on the current task. And also, not only keeping your breeding sanctuaries full, but also keeping your hatchery full. What that's going to do is you're going to be completing tasks for planting food, feeding dragons, and a bunch of different stuff. And while you're doing that, if you already have your hatchery full and you already have your sanctuaries full, when it comes time for that current task to show up, you guys are already going to be ready for it. And you will complete those nodes fairly quickly. And so that's also a thing that I've used throughout these heroic races, and I've done quite a bit of them. And so I just wanted to share that with you guys. It's helped me progress in the race fairly easily during the first, let's say 5 days. And it does get harder, which is why I'm wanting to give you these tips so you guys can be successful in the heroic race. Because I know it can be difficult, and it can definitely be stressful. Okay, sure that your breeding sanctuary and your hatchery are always full, like I have over here. Another tip that will help you just completely demolish all of these tasks and to sail right through them is to have a lot of baby dragons. Now, when you hatch your eggs and everything, you then have to place them in your different habitats. But do not level them up unless that is your current task that you're on right now. When you have baby dragons, it's super easy and you don't have to spend a lot of food in order to level them up. Now, if you don't do this and all you have are dragons that are level, let's say like 19 or 25, in order to collect or feed them the right amount, you are going to have to use like hundreds and thousands of food. And you're going to run out of food super fast. So that's why I always keep on my island, specifically for heroic races, are baby dragons. And usually they're dragons that are commons or ones that I have a lot of. So it's not a big deal for me to not level them up and just to wait. So that's also something that helps me. Another thing that can help you is, let's see, is this particular tower right here. And this tower is actually going to take off 6 hours of your breeding time. And that's, once again, staying one step ahead of this heroic race. And it speeds it up. You'll be able to breed them faster. And if the task is to hatch them, you'll be super prepared for it. And so that's just another example of a tower that's definitely going to help you, not only in day-to-day experiences in this game, but also in the heroic race. This is a great tower to have, and I know it's time consuming to be able to have to spend time to construct these, but I'll tell you what, it's definitely worth it. And like I said, normally I reach lap, well, in the mid-20s are the laps where I usually reach, and the highest one was like the last one, which was lap 29. And all the tips I'm giving you are ones that I've used, and so I'm just sharing that knowledge with you, and hopefully it'll be a lot easier for you guys to complete this and take part in this race. Also, another thing that you're going to have to do in this heroic race is you are going to have to fight league battles, unless you use gems to just skip that part. But if you don't want to use gems, then I would highly suggest that when you're battling in league battles, and if your dragons just need that extra strength, I would definitely and highly recommend that you guys construct this tower right here. And this tower is so helpful, and what it does is it increases like the damage and health of your dragons by 20%. And your dragons will be stronger, and their health will be so much higher by 20%, and it will help you be successful when you are fighting in those league battles. So let's see, let me just look around the map here. The gold tower is also important because during this race you are going to be having to collect a bunch of gold. And you're able to speed up gold production by 1 hour. So if you're somebody like me and you have a big island, or even if you don't have a big island, this will make it to where you can collect things faster, and it's definitely worth it. One of the things I will say, it helps me, right now I'm only collecting gold when I need it. I'm keeping everything else full because collecting gold is something that's going to be popping up throughout this entire race. So I know some of you are actually going to need that gold for other things possibly in this race, but for me, I'm just taking what I need, and then whatever I use I let fill back up, but I keep the stuff so that when that comes back around again I have all this gold. So I think, have I talked about everything? Let me just take a look. So as you guys know, and it's not only league battles, that's right, that you have to fight in, it's just regular battles. Like if we look here, okay, so I'd have to speed it up, which I'm not really wanting to do, but you will have these battles that you are going to have to fight. And so using that tower that with that 20% boost will definitely help you. So that's why that tower is really important as well. If you are wanting to strengthen some of your dragons, maybe there's one that you're wanting to use and right now you're using something that's not as strong, you can always go and purchase the training center. These will help your dragons get stronger. So that's just another tip. If you want to strengthen something that you're wanting to use, it does take a while for these. I think it's like 47 hours for certain dragons in the training center, but that's just another option. If there's a dragon and you want to strengthen him and he's not quite where you want him to be able to fight in the leagues and or, you know, the other battles, then that's something that you can use. And another tower that's really helpful, well, you also, talking about the training center, there's also this tower, and that's going to take off 8 hours of training for you. So this is really useful if you're really wanting to get things done faster and speed that process up. And also this tower right here, which will give you 1 jewel per day. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but if you do that for a month, you have 30 gems right there. So that'll be something to focus on, because I know there's certain tasks in here that may be overwhelming, and maybe you do need to use some gems. If you prepare for like a month for the heroic race, then you'll have 30 gems right there to use that you've saved up. So with that said, I think I'm going to leave the video here. I might do another video on the heroic race tips, and I'm just really wanting to help you guys be successful and end up reaching a really high level. I am right now on lap 9, which is, I guess, fairly normal for me at this point. I don't know if I'm going to go for lap 30. I tried last time and only got to lap 29, but if I think of any more advice, I will definitely do another video. And so yeah, I wish you guys the best of luck in the heroic race, and hopefully it's not too stressful. I'm kind of taking a step back and taking my time and not trying to get as much done as possible in a few days. So hopefully this video helped you guys. If you have any questions, you can put them down in the comment section. If you guys want to look me up on Facebook, the link is in the description. And with that said, I'm going to leave the video here. Good luck to you all, and I hope you guys have a good evening, and I will see you in my next video. All right, bye guys.